All right, our next guest wrote a beautiful book that's inspired by a question that her daughter asked her.
Yeah, the book is called I Am Just Like Me, and it helps teach kids a very important lesson. So this morning we are joined by the author, Erin Washington. Erin, good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so we referenced the question that your daughter asked. Give us the story. What was the question and how did that then lead to this book?
Well, my daughter is 10 and she is biracial, and she would go to school saying that her ponytail didn't look like the other girls, or she was taller than the other girls. Her skin was darker. And I just knee-jerk reaction was like, of course, everyone's supposed to be exactly as they are. You're not supposed to look like anyone else. And when I went to find a book to back me up on this, there wasn't one. And that is when I realized that this book was for me to write.
And
That's
you know,
awesome.
that's an experience that a lot of African American families have discussion, especially with girls, right? With the sleepovers, the slumber parties are the the main culprit. But I also noticed that more and more people are talking about it. Like when Jay-Z wore his hair in the afro, he said that he grew it out because Blue, their daughter, at 5 years old, asked, why doesn't my ponytail look like my mom's, like Beyonce's, because the curl pattern is different. So these are conversations that people are having across different cultures and different families. Had she ever said anything like that to you prior to that, to prepare you to have this conversation with her?
She had not, but the Disney princesses had come up, and as a white girl growing up, the Disney princesses look like me.
Yeah.
That is something that a little girl finds beautiful, important, and valuable. And if a Disney princess is someone that has long blonde hair and blue eyes, they're gonna feel like that's not for me. Luckily now we have Moana and Tiana and Mulan.
Yeah.
So it's something that they deem beautiful and valuable. There's one that looks like them. It's so important that they see someone who looks like them doing what they want to do. If my biracial daughter wanted to be a doctor, but all she saw was a doctor on TV as in, you know, a middle-aged white man, she would think, okay, doctor isn't for me, maybe I could be a nurse. So representation is so important, and I'm learning that through my kids. They have to be able to see someone who looks like them doing what they want to achieve so they know that it's possible for them.
Yeah, yeah.
What is it, do you think, that white people miss about that concept? What is it they're not understanding about the concept, how important it is to see somebody who looks like you doing these things? Because you get a sort of unusual perspective of it from your family.
That's why I felt like I was called to write this book. I do have a different perspective. It's something that we've never had to consider, because when you grow up and every superhero and Disney princess looks like you, it's not something that you would question. And when my daughter started coming home asking the question, we were laying out at the pool once and she asked when her skin was going to be looking like mommy's. And I'm like, girl, I'm out here trying to get a tan to get skin like you. I'm like, you have the dream, but she, you know, she's a little girl. She wants to look like me. My son wants to look like his dad. So I'd never had to consider those questions until becoming a mom. Again, I feel like this downloaded into my brain. Every stanza rhymes because it was for me to experience with my kids and put out into the world.
And I feel like you would agree that this is a concept that doesn't mean that it takes away from anyone else's culture or the way that their family, interacts. It just is another viewpoint, another way to look at it.
I love that. Yes, it's just, there's no point in comparing. No, you don't look like her. Yes, her ponytail's different. Everyone is just a mix of their mom and their dad. That's a part of the book. And that landed for my kids. I showed my African-American husband and me, and then our two kids that have a skin tone that's right in the middle. And I was like, everyone's a mix of their mom and their dad. She has blonde hair because her mom has blonde hair. And my daughter was like, oh, once we lay that groundwork early, there's no reason to compare or feel like less than because you don't look like this person. They realize everyone's unique. That's the whole point. You're not supposed to look like anyone else.
That's I like
More Erin Washingtons, please.
Yeah, and so the book is available Amazon, any place people want to get it?
Everywhere you get books, yes, on Amazon, and it's any bookstore. So if you have a small independent bookstore you want to support, please have them order it. I want it in every child's hands as early as possible so they don't grow up feeling less than or comparing. They're made exactly how they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's great.
Awesome stuff. Awesome sauce. Thank you, Erin. Appreciate your time this morning. We're linking all the details on our website as well.
Thank you, Erin.
Thank you.